what, during this time of year, the holiday stress can certainly bring on just some awful times, even maybe get you sick. So Ryan has some ways to help keep everybody a little healthier, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I brought in a doctor here to talk to us more about this. This is Dr. Ed Lamadrid. Am I saying that right? Correct. Wonderful. To come in and talk to us about how acupuncture can really help reduce the stress, especially this time of the year, huh?
Thanks, Ryan.
Absolutely.
Acupuncture actually, well, it's been around for thousands of years. And one of the things that they're finding that's been really effective is treating stress, anxiety, depression, and trauma. So, like even the military has been hiring acupuncturists to treat its enlisted soldiers and vets.
And it usually doesn't take long, right?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Especially for trauma treatment. It's just a few points in the ears, which I brought in the ear chart, one of the ear models.
Is that what this is right here?
Yes.
Let's see. I can hold it up. Oh, there we go. We got the ear chart.
And just a couple of minutes of sitting with the needles in. And then, if not needles, if I have patients that are afraid of needles, we have actually ear seeds that will stimulate the points, and people can take these home with them and then stimulate the points at will.
Really? So when people, if someone's never gone to acupuncture, what can they expect when it comes to the needles, and is there pain to it? I've never done it.
Most of the time, doesn't hurt at all.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. And so, you know, for those few times that people do feel something, it's a little bit of a pinch. You know, it's still going to be less than when you go get your flu shot.
Okay. Are you going to demonstrate?
I am.
Right here?
My sister has agreed to be my model for this morning.
Most of the time it doesn't hurt. Unless you're family, right? So now, why do you focus on the ear?
So for trauma and stress, the ear points have been most effective. They're closer to the brain. We use the ear points a lot for emotional issues. So for stop smoking treatments, it works really well. For any kind of compulsive habits like gambling, narcotics, it's great. The weight loss protocols are also done primarily in the ear as well, especially for you know, the comfort eaters. You know, so what the needles do is it basically disconnects the emotional aspect of having to eat for comfort. And so for trauma, for stress, for post-traumatic stress syndrome, the ear points work really well.
Now, do you recommend people going out there with their own needles and start shoving them in their ears?
No,
There's certain spots you have to hit.
There are certain spots, and as you can see from the map, I can treat the entire body just from the ear. There are every aspect of the body, all the organ systems.
That's what all the dots are?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Just the ear alone.
Yes. But for stress alone, I mean, this is great. So for holiday stress, you know, I recommend my patients start coming in November. And by December, by Christmas and New Year's, they're easy breezy.
Well, let's talk about, so how long does each session take?
So a treatment like this might just take 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
The reason why this is so effective in a post-traumatic situation, like, you know, like some of the emergency, some of the terrible stories that have been going on, the hurricanes, the shooting in Connecticut, a lot of acupuncturists are actually offering free treatments to the survivors. This could be done in a public setting, just a few points in the ears, and it gives people some peace.
All right. And a typical cost for something like this?
Well, there are lots of different ways. If you go to a practitioner in private practice, it can be anywhere from $50 to $80. If you go to a community acupuncture clinic, it's usually a lot less, maybe $10 to $20. And then certainly in an emergency situation, practitioners are giving treatments for free.
And now, do you really feel the results off of just one visit, or is this something where you have to continuously go for a couple of months?
Well, after the first visit, the person usually feels an immediate release.
Wow. Okay.
And the effects are definitely cumulative. So what I've done here is I've inserted the ear seed, and so I would instruct my patient, if they're going through any stress, to actually manually press that point while they're going through the stress.
Interesting.
Breathing through it, and then the points will last about a week.
Ah, all right.
And so this is another alternative for people that might be afraid of needles, but still should go see their acupuncturist. This is a great alternative.
Well, Dr. Lamadrid, how can people get in touch with you?
So www.edlamadrid.com.
Okay.
But to find a licensed acupuncturist in your area, www.nccaom.org, which is the National Certifying Board for Acupuncturists.
All right.
Ryan,
Very
thank
cool.
you so much.
Thank you very much for coming in here and talking to us.
Likewise.
All right.